Welcome to Psionic Aftermath. I'm Xenodactyl, and with me is...
Hey guys, it's me. I'm Lego.
Alrighty, we are going to be showing a clan war between Psionic Aftermath and Without Origins. My understanding is it is a best of 9 all-kill format, so there will be 4 players from each side and 1 revive. And most of these matches will be played on the EU server. Possible exception for one of our diamond players, I believe.
Sounds like a great lineup that we have. Who all we got playing?
Yeah, I think we have GMW or the real OG up first, and then Miguel should be next. Where did I put that?
Right. And it looks like we're starting with our platinum players first and working our way on up the ladder.
Yep. It will be 2 platinums, 2 diamonds. For our diamonds, it will be Razor and Snap XD.
Awesome.
Our first map will be Catalyst. So, standard as standard gets, I suppose.
Until you get 2 platinums on the board.
Ha! The map is standard.
Yeah. I'm hoping that they play off standard though. Much more entertaining for us, for you guys, for all of us.
Well, it's a ZVZ, so we should see some fireworks at least early on in the game.
Or if nothing else, some exploding banelings.
Yes, precisely. Alrighty. I think we're just about ready, just waiting on the French stream to give the okay, and we should be underway. So how do you feel about ZVZ on Catalyst?
I mean, my thoughts on ZVZ in general are this is the worst, but actually watching it and playing it are very different. For Catalyst, there's not a whole lot that really can be done that's out of the ordinary. I mean, you're typically going to do, your hatch gas pool opening still most of the time. You get some Zerglings usually rustling around, at least at the pro level. Usually we'll see Banelings. Sometimes people will try to tech straight up to Roaches and just wall off at their natural. Others will try and go for the Lingbane and work their way into a third before going for roaches.
Sure. So lots of options. Everything's kind of
Oh
on the
yeah.
table since there's nothing unusual about this map.
Yeah. And with that, we are in game.
Alrighty, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map as the blue Zerg representing PsiX, it is GMW.
Woohoo! Or wait a minute. On my screen, it shows the real OG. Is that
Yeah,
the same person?
same person.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And guys, spawning in the top left, playing for Without Origins, it is Baghera as the green Zerg. Now, we do have a pool first from our blue Zerg, and a hatch first for our green Zerg.
Oh my. A little bit of lag.
A little bit of
for a
lag there.
second. Okay, looks like it cleared whatever it was.
Now, this is not a 12 pool, it was a 17 pool, so
Okay.
it's probably just defensive. It's probably not going to get too aggressive. Like, you're not going to be able to cancel a hatch with this build, but
Sure.
you might be able to put on a little bit of pressure, especially if we see a Baneling nest come up quickly after that.
Sure, maybe,
And he's not actually making any drones, so this could be the, This could lead into Banelings and a lot of aggression now.
yeah, he's got 6 lings in production. We'll see if he does decide to throw down that Baneling nest.
Yeah. On the flip side, our green Zerg also is making 6 slings, and he pull? Yeah, he pulled off of gas entirely after speed started, so he's not looking to make any Banelings.
Yeah, gas is definitely a solid indicator. Well,
Whereas
I suppose.
our blue Zerg is still mining gas.
Yeah, I say that, and I.
There's the 50 mark, and there goes the Baneling nest.
Okay.
Did you look at that? Alright, so we are definitely going to see some aggression here. A lot of Zerglings for our green Zerg, though.
I wonder what prompted this, or if he just happens to play this way.
I do see a lot of Zergs on my level that they do make a lot of Zerglings in the opening, but our blue Zerg does have the perfect counter, and that's the Baneling nest. All he has to do is just play around with these Zerglings here, make sure that they can't just kill this hatchery, and morph really 2 or 3 Banelings, and all of these Zerglings go away. Now, he is kind of just letting his natural go. He needs to get down there. He needs to get down there very quickly, and it's just it's gone.
I don't feel like he needed to do that.
He had way more than enough Zerglings to combat that, and now he is significantly behind.
He just gave it up for
nothing, really. It was very questionable play. Oh, and there's small group of Zerglings fight. Oh, here come the Banelings, though. He splits off 2. The other 3 are coming up the other side.
This could be a great
He could get a good connection. And they're too slow, though. Just a little bit out of position.
The idea was there.
The idea was there.
Oh well, it was not to be.
Back in the production tab, we did have a Roach Warren go down, but still not a lot of drones. Like, if you look at the main base of our green Zerg, he's mining gas again, but he only has 7 drones on minerals.
Yeah, I feel like for the green Zerg, he should have just thrown down a Baneling nest and like droned hard.
Oh yeah. Well, after
getting the hatch.
Yeah, after killing the natural, he definitely should have just like if I was in that position, I think I would have tried to wall off.
Yeah.
Put a queen in the wall.
Yeah.
And just X straight to roaches. I wouldn't even bother with
sure.
Banelings.
Okay.
It's because you're going to be up a base on your opponent. You're going to be able to drone as hard as you want, and you're going to be able to just go nuts with the game.
Okay. So you're thinking the Roach Warren should be in this wall to complete it a little bit better, and then.
Uh, I mean, this works. I mean, ideally, yeah, you would have the Roach Warren in the wall because more HP than a Spine Crawler, but
Sure.
this should work. He has way too many Zerglings, and he's not doing anything with them, is the real issue. All of these Zerglings, or at least half of them, could have been drones.
Sure.
These Banelings aren't going to get anything done. He has a ton of larvae, but just no money because he has no workers.
Oh well. Missed
This,
opportunities.
this is very painful. I mean, slowly but surely, our Blue Zerg is just going to work his way back into this game.
Sure.
Mostly, dude, like
I mean, he is up
he's
in
already got
workers.
plus. Yeah, he's got +1 on the way. He has his Roach Warren down. He's going up to Lair. He's not mining from his natural, but he will be shortly. And I mean, honestly, the game is stabilizing, funnily enough.
Yeah.
But both players just droning hard. We got our +1 coming up. I'm currently not lagging all that bad. Oh, a couple of idle drones in the natural of our Blue Zerg. That's not good. I hope he sees those. Alright, Lair is done. Lair is much further behind for Bagheera, though.
Yeah.
Little bit over drone now. He should take his extra gases. And he should probably think about trying to secure a third base, because he has quite a lot of minerals floating right now. And as I
Hydralistan.
say that, there goes the drone out to take the third.
Hydralistan Den is halfway done for our Blue Zerg, and
Oh, there it goes right there,
I
yeah.
think this game is like slowly going in
Oh,
his
look at
favor.
that. He's going straight for lurkers.
Oh wow.
Wow, that's very ballsy. Neither player has really scouted what their opponent is doing. There's two rando banelings just sitting at at the bottom of this ramp. Not sure what they're doing, but they might be able to catch some of these lings if they run out.
Yeah, I think both of them are just relying on the Overlord positioning and like
Yeah.
hoping that they see the army before it sneaks up on them.
Yeah. Oh, there go the two Banes. And they're gonna just pull back, because they don't want to get eaten by roaches. Alright, so this is quite a few roaches walking across the map.
Yeah.
And on the other side, we have Hydras popping out. They are not able to turn into lurkers quite yet. Not that he had the gas for it, really, anyway. But really, 2 lurkers could just hold this entire ramp. All he has to do is
He
just
doesn't
sit
have
back.
time for 2 lurkers. He needs roaches now. Oh, this
Okay, the
nice
fight is
ling run by
commencing.
going to divert the
Focusing.
attention.
Yep. Plenty of forces going up there, though, to stop that, and the roaches get pushed away by the Roach Hydra of the Reload G.
Great timing
Rando
on
Queen
that.
just walking off. Snipes an Overlord, that's nice. He's gonna kill these rocks as well. And his third is done. Floating a lot of minerals for Bagheera back at home. He does have quite a few Ravagers being built. Which Ravagers, okay against Lurkers. They can focus them down the same way that you would with Siege Tanks. He is quite supply block though, and only 2 Overlords on the way. With this many minerals, you should be able to make quite a few Overlords to get out of that.
Well, Bagheera is going to swing around to the third with his Roach Ravager force. And
Yeah.
there's
There's
nothing
not
here
going to be
at
a
the
whole lot to
moment.
stop it. There's just some Hydras, and those 5 Hydras aren't going to stop that. Honestly, though, he is perfectly okay with losing this third, because his opponent has no third, and
Yeah.
still has not got all that many drones mining. Oh, those vials are gonna take out the lurker eggs.
Those are not bad at all. Getting everything
Yeah.
there.
The Hydras are still
Really
going
should
to wreck
retreat
this
now,
army.
though. Uh,
What's the upgrades? +1 for both players? Yeah. Oh, those vials are hitting the Hydras. That's really bad. But he still should be able to take this fight easily.
yeah, no issues there.
Yeah.
So,
And there go the lurkers again. 3 more.
at
And
this,
honestly, 3 lurkers kill absolutely everything that our Green Zerg has right now. He has only Roach Tech and no third. Just a very rough spot. The only thing he has going for him right now is he has upgrades on the way, whereas the Blue Zerg only has +2 missile on the way.
alright. Well, he's gonna double expand as his response. I think he assumed that the Green Zerg had the third down behind that attack, which is not the case. But,
No.
I
He's
think
in an amazing
it's
position.
fine. Like,
he does actually have that Overlord, the Perv Lord, just sitting in between the natural and third. I don't know if he can actually see that there's no creep at the third.
Oh, he
well,
would be
he
able
can
to see
he
the
can
lack
see
of
that
creep.
it doesn't have it, but does he actually see that there is no creep
Sure,
at the third?
He may not have put 2 and 2 together that the third is running late. At any rate, there are lurkers out now, and this next attack, he's probably just gonna cancel this, like, from the way he's been playing. No.
I think he's got plenty of forces to take this.
He certainly has the means to stop it. I just
the Ravager Bile is doing, like I was saying earlier, the target down those lurkers.
Nice job cutting off the army.
Command.
And suddenly, I think he's in a dominating position to just go march.
Yep, and there it is, GG. Doesn't even try to, but I mean, he was, it was quite impressive, honestly, how much the Green Zerg got done, and Real OG was just able to claw his way back into that game by getting superior tech and, actually having drones.
Sure. I mean, I think, really, it was like, he played a lot more defensive and macro, and so as a result, he was like, since his economic pathway was cut off, it just went into tech. And so,
and let's not forget, this started with a hatch first for our Green Zerg. If he would have built drones behind that attack that sniped the natural, he would have been in such a good spot.
It's a good point.
But GG, well played.
Alright.
Just get everything set up for the next game. Gotta figure out who we are getting up on next. So am I correct in assuming that the Real OG moves on and fights our next opponent?
Yes.
Okay.
He will be playing for PsiX in the next game since he didn't lose. And it looks like Nakers is going to be up next.
Okay.
I remember something was... Is there anything on him somewhere? I don't remember.
Oh my god, I just saw your pun in chat. That's just horrible.
What?
This map has been the catalyst of many a good game. It's people like you that are dragging back the human race as a whole.
I don't think that was me.
Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. That was Daunted. I am so sorry. I just saw the PsiX tag.
Oh yes, blame me for all of PsiX's problems.
Hey, I'm used to blaming you for all of my problems. For those of you unaware, this right here is Printf's #1 fan.
I don't know about that. I think there are some people that are definitely more interested. I was watching him before this, though.
Like I said, Printf's #1 fan.
Alrighty.
Alright. So we've seen how the real OG plays in a ZVZ, but how will he fare in a PVZ?
Alright. I know you have some complaints about backwater, and I'd like to hear those.
Well, let's see what Nakers does. If he does the build that I'm very opposed to on this map, I'll talk about it. But if he's a nice Protoss and he understands that macro games are the true way to advance in StarCraft.
But that's not even the strength of backwater.
Yeah. No, the main thing as Protoss on this map is the ability to take that pocket third and just sit pretty on 3 bases for an extremely long time. And we'll see if he does that, as we are in-game, guys.
Now, spawning in the bottom right, as the Blue Zerg, taking the first game, it is PsiX, the real OG. Also known as GMW.
And in the top left, the purple Protoss, an excellent color for this race. It is without Origins Nakers, who is walling at the top of his ramp and building a forge. Okay, we are going to get some backwater cheese, you guys. We'll see how the execution is done.
I am
Already
sorry.
has a probe on the other side of the map.
Okay, so...
But spawning pool first.
Yeah,
this
is a good
This
opening.
is very good start. Has yet to drop down a pylon. This is very odd.
There's actually
The
a
drone's all
couple
over
errors
this.
here. There's a missing probe, so whenever you cannon rush off of... Well,
Oh, this
actually,
drone is gonna... Yeah, that drone's
doesn't
gonna
matter.
kill the probe. Oh my god.
Doesn't matter what cannon rush you're doing, you should be
Yeah.
opening with 2 probes across the map, and
Yeah.
not having that second probe means that he will probably need to transition. But
Yeah.
actually, he's gonna send that second probe now. He has not completed this wall. He's gotten a gateway at home, so that the gateway at home is soft transition. Cannon rushes have a lot of like mini transitions, so we'll have to see if he decides to commit to cannons still. And
With 6 Zerglings out and Speed's not on the way yet. Oh, he hasn't mined enough gas yet. Never mind.
this is bad.
With these Zerglings
He's
out,
lost
they're
his-
going to be all over this probe. There's no
Yeah.
way a pylon's going to go down, let alone anything. And there goes the probe.
Had he already a pylon down somewhere that the Zerg was unaware, this may look very different. But
Yeah. 2 Zerglings checking the third just to make sure there's no
Yeah.
shenanigans going on back here.
um,
And the other 4, it looks like, are going to go across the map, and they're going to be met by 1 cannon. Which
No,
is,
what-
I believe, enough to prevent them from getting into the main and scouting anything else.
what needs to happen here is he needs to close this wall. Okay, the Zealot is technically a close on this wall.
Is it really wall off that?
Yes,
I think
it
the
does.
Zerglings could still slip through.
This is as long as it's in the exact
Oh wow, look at
correct
that.
spot.
Wow, that
Yeah.
Zealot's been, he's been eating, working out, man.
Yeah, a Zealot. This is a diagonal single hex, so there is like the exact spot that the Zealot must be. If the Zealot
Yeah.
is off by like half a hex, then there's a hole. But that is not
Yeah,
the case.
that opening looks big enough for an Archon to fit through.
Archon will not fit through that. Because Archons are fat.
too fat.
Yeah.
Alright, no warp gate yet on the way. This is,
Yeah, really should have started
this is
warp
very
tech.
interesting.
Off of the failed cannon rush.
That has to be a mistake.
Oh yeah, of course it is. Off
The
of the
Twilight Council with no warp tech.
Okay,
And,
he's gonna go into
no
charge as
natural.
his follow-up, and the Robo is gonna be for a Warp Prism. This is gonna turn into a 5-gate charge lot all-in, unless he doesn't know what he's doing, which is entirely possible. But But
And our Zerg on the other side is just macroing like a boss,
oh
just
yeah,
going up to 3 bases. He has
and
speed
he has a
done, has
roach
a
warren,
roach
so
warren
he's
down.
he's
Like,
safe against pretty much
yeah,
all follow
he's
ups.
even he's even getting the safety spores.
Yeah.
Very
Um,
nice.
he may be worried about DTs as a possible follow up in this scenario.
Yeah.
That it's not a correct
Well,
follow up, but it's a common follow up.
yeah. And DTs, Stargate, all of that stuff, spore crawlers,
Oh yeah.
they help so much.
We are gonna get the proxy gateway out at this.
Okay, now this really bothers me. If you're going to proxy a gateway, guys, you do not need this warp prism. It is unnecessary
Uh,
200
I
minerals
don't.
that you could have put into
I
more
don't
zealots.
entirely agree with that because the proxy gateway, while it does give you a faster warp in point, the warp prism offers you micro potential.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
So as long as you actually utilize that warp prism for micro as opposed to warp-ins, then I think it's fine. But
Yeah.
if you're gonna warp in
This
off
is
of it,
Platinum League though. I-
well, I mean, a cannon rusher is supposed to have good warp prism micro.
yeah,
Supposed to.
ideally.
um,
I do like the attempt at an overlord spread here.
yeah,
I mean,
I think that's
it's an easy way to get around not having good creep spread,
sure.
but the injects are also quite bad.
The proxy gateway
But
has not been transformed yet.
yeah.
Warp tech was
He
late,
is
so
he does I think he does smell that something foul is going on
yeah,
because he sees that there's no natural. So one of two things: he either has a proxy nexus somewhere, or this is a one base all in. And he does see the warp prism. Spore gets a couple of shots onto it. Oh, please jump on these. Okay, this is extremely good for our Zerg player
oh
here.
yeah, this game
Absolutely
is pretty much
nothing
over.
done with these zealots.
That first warp-in actually needed to pool somewhere, and losing that first warp-in basically solidifies the game for the Zerg.
Yeah. He's
As
just
if it
now
wasn't
pulling
already
his.
dead. Or as if
Yeah.
the Protoss
He
wasn't
is-
already dead.
He is attempting to transition by taking his natural, but honestly, the Zerg could just walk across the map right now and just slap him down. He doesn't have roach speed, but with this many roaches, I don't even think that matters. Does have a couple of Ravagers as well. Oh, we're getting a lag spike.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that's coming from, but it seems to have cleared.
Yeah. Is this a bad rally? Where is this roach going?
It's
No.
scouting.
Anyways, I should probably have the production tab. That might help. Oh, a Nidus network goes down. I like this. This is good.
I don't know if it's really necessary. He can just take a fourth
No.
and, yeah.
It's
fine.
It's for the ladies and gentlemen, though.
Sure.
That's what it is. This Overlord is gonna get killed, so he's going to have to use one of these others to plant that down if he does indeed want to go for that. It could be a okay. Let me start over. It could be that he wants to plop down the Nidus, just like out front of the space to get a little bit of creep going on, get a good rally spot.
Sure.
Really good
no,
for
it's
the
gonna hit the
reinforcements
third.
as well.
Look at this Overlord moving over to the Protoss' third.
Yeah, it is. Yep, it absolutely is. Now the question is, will he bring queens with it, and will he have his hydras and everything out?
Yeah, I think
He does not have very many queens, so I'd be very surprised to see him take his queens and put them in there. I'm pretty sure this is just going to be Roach Ravager Hydra into that. Oh, the Hydras are out. They're going to be able to molest this warp prism away. Get out of my base.
I think
I don't
he's,
want you warping
yeah.
in.
He may be waiting to clean up the Warp Prism before he actually sends
Yeah.
his Nidus. I don't think that's necessary, but Better safe than
Protoss
sorry.
is attempting to expand to his third base location. The Overlord scouts all of this immediately. Another Overlord moving into position at the front. 3 Archons are warping in now. Storm? Yeah, Storm is on the way. He should save some of those High Templar to try and get some extra energy for those. Proxy Gate is scouted by 2 Ravagers.
Eh. Well,
Oh, pile the pylon now! Pile the pylon now! Oh, the Zealots get him. Okay. Well, those Zealots are gonna be able to kill these 2 Ravagers. Because, no micro. And there goes the Nidus at the third.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered they had charge.
Yeah. If you pile that pylon, they would have died.
Oh, yes, but I mean...
Alright, the Nidus is down, he's unloading. There is an Archon on top of it, so hardly anything gets out, and that's just shut down with the greatest of ease.
As it is,
The Archon's also gonna kill an Overlord.
Like, the real OG is still in a phenomenal position. Yes, he hasn't really droned properly behind all of this.
But look at that supply, 126 to 84.
Yeah, he is finally getting those drones, and he is taking his 4th now, so he can go for that, like, I guess, empty 4th timing.
Yeah, it is 52 drones up to 40 probes.
Yeah. He has another Overlord at the, I guess, 5th of the Protoss, and he really could just throw another Nidus and kind of use that to shorten the rush distance of this map, which is not that large anyway.
I really have been starting to lean a lot more towards the drop play as far as getting into the main base or everything of the Protoss.
I'm not saying to use
because you get to unload so much faster, and I actually love to see him do something like that.
Like, it's not even necessary. He doesn't have Overlord speed or, well, he does have the lair, so, but Overlord speed is not done, and
oh, and he actually is going straight up to Hive now. He does have the Infestation Pit, he has the Lurker Den. I'm imagining we're going to see super fast burrowing Lurkers.
I think,
I think he morphed 1 Lurker and then cancelled it.
I don't know. The longer this game goes on,
he's still quite aware of this Warp Prism in the back of his 3rd. He's starting to spread some creep out.
The longer this game goes on, like, his advantage is, like, he's keeping his advantage,
away.
But, like, yeah, it is slowly getting smaller, because Protoss has really transitioned into, like, standard play minus not having a wall.
Yeah. And, oh, this Corruptors! Oh, that was really good catch. That was so good. Tried to warp in a bunch of Stalkers, the Corruptors just took that out. And, well, they were going to pee on that gateway, but they decided they didn't care.
It's not powered. Who cares?
Yeah. It's amazing to me that, at one point, the Zerg was over double the supply of the Protoss, and that gap has just closed so immensely.
Oh, really? The Zerg didn't drone, and then didn't attack. So, like, you were up in all this supply, and what did you put it towards?
Yeah. He does have Lurker, Hydra Roach, Corruptor moving out.
Yeah, I mean, he's still in a phenomenal
He is getting
position.
a greater Spire, so he is transitioning out of that as well.
But,
he's getting upgrades for his Zerglings, his melee attack units, but I don't actually see any Zerglings, and that, I don't know what he plans to do with that later.
Greater Spire is halfway done.
I mean, the upgrades will affect the Broodlings whenever they start making those.
Okay.
I think what he's actually going to do is, instead of moving out, he's just going to tech straight into Broodlords, morph probably all of these Corruptors into Broods. And I say all of these Corruptors since there's only 5 now, I feel silly. But 5 Broods against, which is essentially just going to be Archon Zealot High Templar. Broodlords are going to absolutely mince this army,
Yeah.
let alone the Lurker Hydra Roach underneath.
There's not really a whole lot in this army that shoots up, so
Yeah,
dealing with the
well, I
Brood
mean,
Lords
you
is
have the Archons, but they have the little T-Rex arms. They can't reach
yeah.
the Brood
There
Lords.
are 3 Stargates, but nothing's being produced out of them.
Yeah.
So
He also just finished Adaptive Talent, so those Lurkers are going to burrow instantaneously.
he even has the Fleet Beacon, so he has the tools to produce what he needs, but he's just not producing them. And it may be too late, as the Zerg is knocking at his front door. Lurkers do burrow.
With a maxed out army.
And
Oh, the storms are disgusting.
yeah, those were really nice.
The Lurkers are doing
the
pretty
Lurkers
good in the
still here.
background. He needs to move those up a bit. There he goes. Unburrows, reburrows. Lurker splines are amazing.
Those storms really cleared out all the Hydra forces.
Oh yeah.
And
he is building 14 roaches behind this, so that's
the one saving
not
grace is
probably.
there's a lack of
does he have no detection? He has no
Yeah.
detection. That's it. It's over. Real OG takes it.
I think had he not sniped
Pretty convincing faction, honestly.
Had he not sniped the Observer, though, that could have been very ugly.
Yeah. I didn't actually see. Did he focus the Observer?
I don't know if he focused it, but
I think the Corruptors probably just took it out.
Probably, since there was nothing in the
Yeah.
air, the Corruptors are gonna auto-target that.
Yeah. I actually just looked at the stream, and the Corruptors and the army was just kind of flying around randomly. Had an Overseer, found an Observer, and just bloop, popped it immediately. So that's probably exactly what happened. He took out all of the detection, and with no Oracle to come in and tag again, it's just he had no way of killing the Lurkers. Very well played by our Zerg player. Catching the probe without even building any pylons on his side of the map. Just an absolute flop of a cannon rush.
Yeah, I mean, it's a poor placement of the probe, and then, cause like, okay, if you only send one probe out, you must hide that probe, and then
yeah,
your second probe, like, it's so late, and you're not gonna be able to cannon rush the mineral line. You have to go for a distance rush. So, like, the first probe was, like, never mind the fact that he didn't send 2 probes. His control of his 2 probes, his decision making as to where to put them after the fact, was also poor. So, like, he just never got to play the game he wanted to play because his first 2 probes didn't do what they were supposed to do.
yeah, for sure. Getting in a 1v1 with the drones is probably not the best of ideas either, because drones always win that fight.
They win that fight provided neither is microed.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Alright, so Real OG moves on to map 3. Oh my goodness. How would you pronounce that name, Zeno?
I don't know, it's your problem.
I'm going to say Puccini, as in, like, I believe that's a Pokemon, I believe? I don't know, guys. I didn't have a childhood.
I mean,
I don't remember anything that happened back then.
If we really want help, we can go ask Miguel, wherever he went.
Yeah. Just
waiting on the map selection, looks like.
Yep. Hello, Puccini. We need you to select a map, please. It's okay. There's stream delay. We'll know for 10 minutes that we want him to pick a map.
Excellent, excellent.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, he just left the party. Does that mean that he's forfeiting?
I do not know.
Huh. Oh, he's back.
Maybe there was issues, like maybe he, direct messaged someone what map he selected, and then there was issues creating the game, so he thought it was on his end.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Well,
Oh, no,
he is
just kidding.
He is speaking in chat,
Yeah,
but it's a language that I don't know.
they, haven't selected a map yet, so that theory is out the window.
Okay. You said that we have some Frenchies in the game as well, so that's I'm guessing that's what language that is.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty then. Okay, they're going through the list of what's left.
Oh, he wanted Catalyst, but it
Oh,
was,
yeah.
not available. Okay, looks like
Okay.
it's gonna be Acid Plant.
No. And, which race is
I think he's a
Puccini
Zerg.
playing? ZVZ on Acid Plant.
Yeah, I think he's a Diamond 3 Zerg.
Okay.
I understand he does not play in any, orthodox way, whatever that means.
So, we're gonna see 3 hatch before pool against Zerg then.
Something weird, yes. The third hatch might be proxied somewhere, if that's the case. But, like, you know, it's one of those players that you really have to be on top of your scouting, I would say. But as long as you are, no problem, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you do scout with Overlords, and they are the slowest unit in the game. But typically there is only so many things that the Zerg can do to you. Most of them involve Zerglings. Some of them involve Spine Crawlers. I've never actually had the balls to try a proxy hatch as Zerg against Zerg. That's way too scary for me. But I would love to see something like that demonstrated. Maybe I could learn something.
Alrighty. Looks like we're just about underway. There we go.
Alright, I see the countdown clock.
Alas, we'll have game 3. I forgot to do the score last game. Oh well.
And remember, guys, if you have people that are watching the WCS Challenger, tell them, forget that. We have the real games over here. Yeah, this is where the true entertainment is. Like, you don't need those pro players. They don't know the best way to play this game. These Diamonds and Platinums know the best way to play the game.
Well, speaking of real games, representing PsiX, it is the Blue Zerg, the real OG.
And in the top left, it is without origins Puccini. as the Red Zerg, who is sending a drone across the map, and oh, look at that skin. Oh, that is gorgeous.
He's extractor tricked to get up to 15 supply, but no pull down yet, so I'm not really sure. Oh, okay.
Well, I think you want to get the hatch down first.
Yeah, no.
Oh, is he drone scouting?
Yeah, I thought he was going to do something weird with this drone, but it looks like it's just a drone scout. Okay.
That's not something you see in ZVZ all that much, because you usually want to keep your drones.
See drone scouts from Zerg in general very much.
Yeah. It could be that. Is this drone just gonna go home? I think it's just going home.
Yeah.
Okay. He came over, saw the early hatch. Oh no, this pool first.
I think he just wanted to make sure that, like, there wasn't something weird coming from his opponent.
Yeah. Doesn't want to die to a 12 pool. That's fair.
Yeah.
I can respect that. Especially because I believe he went hatch first.
He did.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting some more lag here.
Okay.
Oh.
Goodbye, Overmind.
Oh no, without the Overmind, how are we going to have the ZBZ?
That's what Kerrigan is for.
Oh my. Not messing around, does not want to do the Zergling thing. Doesn't even bother with speed either.
Wow. Okay.
Just straight to roaches.
Huh.
This could make the A game end very quickly, actually. I mean, he does have 4 lings to stop these, but this is 6. Oh, there's the other 2. Alright, so even on Zerglings now. But no speed. If these Zerglings get speed, which they will have after a short period of time, he could run in and do catastrophic levels of damage.
Well,
especially with no Baneling nests.
There's no, like, Ling Swarm on the way, or Ling Flood on the way for the real OG, so we're not going to see that at this juncture. And because it wasn't already in production, he'll have time to get out roaches if a Ling Flood were to occur later.
Yeah. And I guess he has no way of scouting how greedy his opponent is dealing with this.
Sure, he doesn't know if there's a Baneling nest at the top of this ramp.
That's very true. Small engagement. Puccini's going to take that engagement pretty well. But there are a couple of Banelings for the real OG morphing.
Quick third going down. Oh. Quick for ZBZ, I suppose. Not necessarily.
Well, for how the tempo of the game is going, it's pretty fast.
Pretty passive.
Oh, he did not need to use both of his Banelings on 5 Zerglings.
Oh well. He's gonna run across the map with the remainder of his forces.
Which, if I'm seeing this correctly, there's only going to be 5, 6 roaches maybe coming out?
Yeah, he can clog the ramp with that. That's enough to hold, but he might have issues holding his natural.
Yeah. What I would actually love to see is these Zerglings just run straight into the main and start trying to gun down these drones. Oh no, don't engage there. Oh, and that's just so many Banelings hitting directly into roaches. This is suddenly very bad.
Yeah. This is exactly. You stole the words right out of my mouth there.
Oh my. Not even a roach warren down. It's gonna take an absolute massive amount of Zerglings to stop this.
Yeah, he doesn't even have the minerals for, like... Oh, okay, he did get lings, but I feel like he should have gotten spines with this. And...
Oh yeah, no, he needs to be doubling down on his defenses.
Yeah, I don't know why he produced more drones.
It takes a year for Zerglings to kill roaches.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
especially with this many.
this is not good. He's gonna go for a counterattack with what lings he does have.
He
Uh,
did pull his drones from his natural as
yeah,
well.
he's evacuated that to the main. I don't think that's gonna help him enough. Like,
Yeah.
yes, he does have to give
Does,
up the natural, but
does Puccini not know about this third?
I don't think so.
Actually, if he gets a decent amount of damage on the other side of the map and saves this third, he has roaches coming out, and he will be. Oh well, not if he's taking engagements like this. Yeah, and he just calls GG. That's unfortunate.
Oh well.
I think with a couple of different engagements, he could have actually pulled that out though, because he didn't actually lose the drones that were at his natural because he pulled them to his main. So he was able to try and pool up a bit more roaches in his main, hold that ramp, have a bunch of spines. Like it wouldn't have been pretty, but it actually could have gone the other way.
Sure. Yeah, there was like a window of hope, shall we say?
Yeah.
Had he managed to defend while counterattacking. But as it is, Miguel should be our next player out against PsiX, as I'm told it's pronounced. I'm not sure if I read Miguel's statement correctly, but I think he means PsiX.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, fun things to learn. I guess.
So Pochich will play again. Am I right?
Yes, yes.
No? Okay.
Looks like they're discussing rules.
Okay.
So I guess if my knowledge of romantic languages is any good, your pronunciation is like a Italian assumption, whereas this is more French.
Well, French words are ridiculous, anyways. Too many consonants.
Okay.
Maybe I shouldn't say things like that.
There are a good number of French viewers, I'm sure.
Just waiting on our Skunks player that's in party. There we go.
Oh, I'm not playing. What is this?
I think it's just the way the lobby loads in.
Yeah. I don't think Miguel would appreciate being cannon rushed right now.
Especially by his own teammate.
Oh, it's Eastwatch. He wouldn't have to worry about a cannon rush. He'd just have to be worried about some other PvP nonsense.
Wait. Is Pochich not gonna play Zerg again?
He'll probably play Zerg. I think we're missing a race check.
And Mr. Miguel, is he actually random?
He is indeed random.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, that's why he was asking about rules for this clan war. Because
Okay.
I think he wanted to race pick, and I'm thinking because he's playing random, he's not allowed to race pick.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We're just waiting on a bathroom break, it seems.
Yeah. So we'll be underway shortly. Not no major tech delays or something.
I guess this is what you get whenever you don't have pro gamers. Because a pro gamer, he'd have a catheter threaded in, and he'd be ready to go for the next 5 years.
Right.
Okay. I think we're ready now.
Yep. Everything looks good. minus a confirmation from Miguel, and I think Overmine is the French caster. I'm not so sure.
Okay.
Either Overmine or Wisdom.
Okay.
One of them is the French stream. But I think we're waiting on.
Or are we still waiting on confirmation as to whether or not you can pick your race?
No, I think we're waiting on Miguel to get back from. I think he's AFK for some reason.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, no, here we go. And he is spawning in as random. So I guess we have to wait to see how we're going to develop this game.
Eastwatch is an interesting one.
Yeah. Now, as a Zerg player, I don't know if I would go to the trouble to scout my opponent to see which race he spawns in as. Typically, when I run into this on the ladder, I just straight up ask, and sometimes they tell me, and most of the time they don't.
Alright, well, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map as the Orange Terran, it is PsiX's Miguel.
And in the top right, playing for Without Origins, it is the Red Zerg player, PsiX. I hope I said that right. I'm so bad at remembering. And it looks like he is going to drone scout this out, which is completely understandable.
I think if he's going to drone scout in a ZVZ, he's likely to drone scout against a random.
Yeah. And drone scouting against the Terran can yield results. Like, you can molest this little SCV that's building the barracks, and you can try and block his natural, things like that.
Oh, you sound like you're moving a probe, not a drone.
I've played my share of Protoss. Doesn't look like he's too interested in that. He's just coming in, getting the scout, and it looks like from these shift commands he's just going to walk right back out. I guess it's a drone. They don't walk, they float.
Do they float?
It is.
I guess they float.
I think they float. That's what people tell me.
Huh. You know, I don't really think of Zerg as having things that float.
Have you seen a Broodlord?
That flies. Badly.
Yeah,
but it flies. That's not floating, that's flying.
Yeah, but how does it fly? All it does is ripple like a manta ray.
Yes, that's still flying.
Anyways, the Miguel is opening with the classic Terran opening, which is Reaper into Fast Expand.
Now, we're gonna get a 2-on-1 out of him, I believe.
Okay, yeah, that's what it looks like with the second barracks coming down.
And, Overlord is gonna come in... No, just kidding. Just wants to see the front, and be easy pickings for those Marines when they do come out.
Yeah. I would love to see him get on top of this little structure over here that's just to the south of that ramp, because that does actually block the vision of those Marines, so he can see all of them, but he can't actually see the Overlord. The Reaper is just getting chased around by some slowlings right now. Looks like he is just going to leave and sit on that gold.
I guess, Miguel has no, qualms with Joffrey, so...
Yeah.
The Overlord will, live for now.
Not everybody hates Overlords as much as you do, Zeno. And we do have a Baneling nest going down for our Zerg player, so very standard again. He hasn't taken his third yet, and he is producing a lot of Zerglings. Yeah, so it looks like he's going to be getting very aggressive, especially with speed just now finishing. Could get 2 mules.
This is not good.
Oh, he could actually fight these Marines as well. Oh, he's waiting for the reinforcements. Okay, there he goes. Yep, yep. Get on top
That
of him.
supply
Full
depot needs to
surround
be
on those
raised.
marines, and those are dead. Two banelings morphing. The wall does go up to keep those zerglings out, but this orbital needs to lift right now. There we go.
Oh, bad rally.
Oh,
He's on the wrong
those.
side of the wall.
Oh my gosh.
That's actually not the end of the world, as that will actually
Oh,
allow
he
him to
sniped one
get
baneling.
the yeah. There's still
Okay, and
enough banelings to blow the.
oh yeah, absolutely. And there they go. They're just gonna burst right on. Oh, oh yeah. Okay, he did have enough. And this could be GG right here.
Yeah, there's just
Just
not enough
zerglings
out
all
right
over
now.
the production.
Cyclone is out, and it has decent DPS for this situation, but Hellion would
One
have been
cyclone is never going to
nicer.
stop 20 lings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
this is pretty much all over. Oh, really? Before GG?
he still said GG, well
Oh,
played. He just went.
yeah.
But that was interesting.
Okay. So we're up to 2-2, I believe now, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, reverse sweep. I guess you have to have on match point for a reverse sweep, though, don't you?
Yeah, I guess so, technically.
But yeah, very well played by the Zerg. Very decisive, aggressive opening. It looks like it was it looked like it was custom designed to shut down that build.
I think really abusing the, um, I guess, Reaper in a sense. Like, the Reaper is supposed to scout that, but
Yeah. Which I don't actually know. He did see a lot of
he saw a
Zerglings.
lot of Zerglings, but he didn't see the Baneling nest.
Oh, did he not see this
No,
Baneling Nest? Oh,
the
that's
Reaper,
pretty huge.
um, it
He
ran
should
down
have.
and then missed it
Yeah.
because
He
Lings.
he definitely should have had that Reaper run down and sit on the third base, the typical third base location.
Sure.
Because if you don't see a third, that's also a huge tell.
Yeah, yeah. That's a very good point.
He also never built bunkers, which was a pretty big deal. Like,
Uh,
granted, he didn't have that many Marines,
I'm not
but
sure
it still
he
would have helped.
realized what was happening in time to build a bunker.
He saw the Banelings morphing with
That's
his
true.
command
That's true.
center.
He could have built a bunker on the high ground. That's very
Yeah,
fair. I was
like
thinking
no,
about
with
the low ground at first, but
yeah,
yeah,
with that
you're right.
ramp, you're never going to be able to hold your natural, but you could definitely hold your main.
Yeah.
And if you do, you're going to be in a great spot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, looks like our next map is gonna be a biogenesis.
Okay.
And, Razor will be our next player for PsiX.
After that game, I don't know that I would want to play a bio against a Zerg that's willing to do that.
Well, Razor is also a Zerg, so. And another. Well, I'll mention it once we're in game. Actually, there's a 2-minute stream delay, so once the game is loading, I will discuss a little bit about Razor.
Okay.
Okay. Just waiting on that race confirmation from PsiX, and we should be underway. Okay, race check has been done. PsiX is ready. Is Razor ready? Yes. Okay. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. We can start this off on a bio. Whenever the host decides. There we go. So I tend to have relatively short games. Like, my games aren't always short, but I very rarely have long games. Razor has an average game length shorter than mine.
Oh my.
So
So you're thinking hyper aggression.
so yeah, what does that tell you?
He does start a drone, so it isn't a 12 pool, but it still could be a 13-12.
Yeah, At any
But
rate.
maybe we should introduce who they are
Oh,
first,
yes,
shall
yes,
we?
yes. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of the map as the Blue Zerg, winning the last 2 games. It is the Blue Zerg. Did I say that already? From Without Origins, PsiX.
And the madman himself, looking like it is going to be the 1312. This getting scouted immediately. It's PsiX's Razor, playing as the Red Zerg.
Yeah, so we're gonna get that Fastling Bane aggression coming out of Razor, and we'll see where this game goes.
Wait a minute. How many Overlords does PsiX have? Oh, never mind. Okay, it's just he didn't rally it out very quickly, I guess. I saw 2 Overlords floating very close to one another.
Yes, very.
That looks very strange.
Yes, agreed. Razor is going to drone scout himself, and he will see a lack of a natural and a pool that is not as fast as his, but still fast.
Yeah. Now this is perfectly holdable, especially if you scout that it's a 1312. Like, not having the natural to defend is a big deal because that means you can condense your forces right here. Having the spawning pool first means that you can get the lings out in time to defend. So I don't think he needs a spine crawler. It might not be a bad idea to just stuff that right up next to the the main. It also gives something for the queen to hide between, given his spawning pool location. It's not.
Yeah, not optimized for the queen safety.
Yeah. And the lings are coming in. They're just kind of poking and prodding. They see the baneling nest. And honestly, I think what you do is exactly what he's doing. You just macro out of it. Just you've forced a reaction. All you have to do now is macro out of it, and you can actually get yourself in a pretty good spot.
I think a small critique would be that he withdrew his lings all the way home. Had he just kept them at the bottom here, it would have delayed this a little bit longer, but he may actually force the cancel even still, so that'll be just fine.
Oh, it does force a cancel. That's insanely good.
Banelings are out though, so he'll have to be very careful about his ling control.
Well, he does send one Zergling out to... Oh my god! It got a baneling. That one Zergling.
Well,
that's really good.
There's a drone here still for Razor.
Yeah, I think he just realized that. Oh, okay. I thought he didn't realize it was not building. Natural's done on the other side of the map for Razor, so he's in a ridiculously good spot right now. Up drones.
He has a Roach Warren halfway done, so
yeah.
He'll be able to transition very nicely out of this, and I don't think... Oh, there is actually a Roach Warren, actually quite equal on timing from PsiX, so...
Razor does not actually have a baneling nest.
Huh.
So if there was a Ling Flood, that could do quite a bit.
This is looking very dangerous suddenly. There is a... That's a spine, right? Yes. There's a spine, but it's not done yet.
4 drones.
Oh
5,
my.
6, oh my gosh, 7.
That was...
Okay.
Still losing some at the natural.
Oh my gosh. Up to 10 and he's killing all the Oh, I'm sorry, those were the wrong lings.
Yeah, I'm having a little bit of the same issue.
Well, at least you can tell the different colors apart. I think we're about to... Yeah, we do have roaches coming out on both sides, so we are past the Ling Bane phase. As far as units are concerned, PsiX is up in drones by 5, which is a pretty big deal. He's also up in army supply. Yes, I believe he is. So overall, Razor has got the work to do in this game.
Yeah. He's mostly caught up on workers, but that army supply is... well, I mean, both he's like catching up, but there's still work to do.
Yeah. Neither player are really interested in making drones. Oof, that was a good Baneling shot.
There's too many roaches. Like,
Yeah, like, and the thing is like Banelings are not the best against roaches, but if you can get a Baneling to connect with all of the roaches of your opponent and you have equal amounts, that's going to significantly favor in the trading.
Pochich actually picked
Oh,
off the Overlord from
this
Razor.
is
So,
actually a pretty good fight for Razor.
yeah,
He's got reinforcing lings and he has a decent amount of roaches to combat this. This is a good fight.
yeah, I think without this fight, things were gonna
These
look very
roaches need to
ugly
turn
very
around
fast.
immediately.
So great
Okay.
salvaging of what could have been an ugly situation, since he
Yeah.
didn't have much to produce off of being supply blocked for a moment. But
Yeah.
now everything's. I mean, he's not out of the woods yet. He still hasn't droned his
No.
natural.
Well, neither player is really
Neither
droning
has
all
really.
that much.
Yeah.
Pochich is actually quite significantly up in workers now.
Oh, actually,
Oh, this is a bad fight for Razor. He's gonna lose all of these roaches. Yeah, okay, he needs to run. Even pulling back the weakened roaches to make Ravagers by Pochich. Very good micro there.
third does go down for Pochich, so
Oh, wow.
I think Razor is gonna have to do something soon, or else Pochich is just gonna outmacro him.
Now, what he needs to do is just play as defensively as possible right now. He
Okay.
needs to focus on getting drones, because otherwise he's just going to get outmined. And in Roach Wars, whoever has the more money is going to have more stuff, and whoever has the more stuff...
This is a healthy number of lings to trap and support this
Yeah.
primarily roach force. Drones are going to be
Oh.
great bile.
That was a really good bile.
And looks
Yeah,
like
this is just... Yeah, there's just so many Zerglings, so many roaches. They're gonna move directly into the main, and that's it. Razor taps out.
Alrighty.
Great game by Pochich again. Very just good plays. Oh, Razor, please don't. It's fine. Honestly, both players were pretty close for most of the game. Pochich just did have a few more drones the whole game. Oh, this is... the chat is exploding.
Yeah. So I've apparently been volunteered to coach cheese.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, when you specialize in something... It is interesting to see that many lings with that engagement.
Yeah.
But what they really do well is they did really good at soaking a lot of the shots from those roaches. And that's what really...
They also remove
what
the
really
micro
sealed
potential
them.
for Razor, because the lings mean that there's no movement for his forces.
Especially when he had them trapped up against the hatchery. Like, that bile landed on, like, all of the roaches.
Yep.
Sometimes people underestimate how important landing those bile shots are. But that's 60 damage. That could really hurt.
Okay, looks like we're gonna switch over to the North American server, as our next player is, North American.
I hear good things about those guys. Nothing but good things. Let's see here. Hopefully I don't have to go through all of those achievement things again.
You shouldn't. You've already been here.
Well, that's what I thought about the European server because I logged in to play with you for one and for a game,
Oh,
and I
really?
thought that I thought that I got through all of that before.
Huh.
Snap's requesting a 10-minute break. I think we can accommodate that, right?
Probably.
Okay. Just gotta get everybody back together.
Yeah.
If you need to go to the bathroom, guys, now would be the time.
And the only time. Hopefully the only time. We don't want to keep you guys here all night. Yeah, so, the first two players from both teams were Platinum, and then the next two players from both teams are Diamond, and then there will be a all-kill, not all, this is all-kill format. There will be a revive, probably of one of the Diamonds, at the,
Okay.
end. Just,
And I believe with Pochich taking out Razor there, that puts them at 3-2. So that's match. Or that's not match point yet, almost though. But still, 3 players taken out by Pochich now. That's pretty amazing.
uh, yeah.
Just very impressive. Makes my Zerg heart feel happy, even though it's not our Zerg. But you can't show bias. Can't show bias. How many matches are left? I don't even know. I think we're about a little over halfway through.
Yeah, we've played 5 so far, and the most there could be is 9, so a little over half.
Okay. Got some peeps. They want to play team games. I don't know. I have to cast with Xeno. He needs my help.
It's not like I play Zerg as much as you do. And besides, solo
Yes, this
casting
is
is
true.
really boring.
Yeah, indeed.
You feel like you're talking to a wall, and then there's a lot of extra ums and uhs, and yeah.
And ands.
Yeah, and ands.
So are you telling me that you do not talk to a wall on a regular basis?
Well, I stream, so therefore I talk to a wall on a regular basis.
I don't stream and I still talk to a wall on a regular basis. Is that weird?
No, it's just special.
Yeah, that's how my mom put it too. Now, for those of you on the without origin side, you may not know Xeno as well as I do, but this man here, he loves his cannon rushes. Absolutely loves them. You may have noticed whenever there was a cannon rush going on, he had quite a lot to say about it. Why is that, Xeno? How is it that you know so much about cannon rushes?
Good question.
Is it possible that you watch Printf religiously and practice his builds on a regular basis against me?
I don't just practice them against you.
I know, but I feel like I get the brunt of the hate with the cannons.
Well, you really shouldn't die to them, since you know I cannon rush.
There's there's two parts to every build. There's scouting it. There's three parts. I'm sorry. There's scouting it. There's knowing how to react, and then reacting properly.
Oh, so which part is the issue?
It depends on the day.
Excellent, excellent, great answer.
Wow, a lot of Zerg symbols in our party chat right now. A lot of love going around.
Not entirely sure why, but yay Zerg.
It could be that their Zerg is 3-0ing right now.
Maybe, maybe.
Hopefully he doesn't just do a 5-0 on that. That'd be kind of impressive, but at the same time kind of boring. I want to see more players, more styles. That's actually something that's talked about a lot with the different like pro streamers and casters the like. A lot of what people like about StarCraft is the ability to show off their personality. Like you're a cheesy guy. Okay, we understand that. I like to be ridiculously greedy, and it shows in my StarCraft life, and it shows in my personal life as well. Very selfish. I want all the minerals in my bank, you know?
So, what do you interpret cheese as saying about a person's life, if you interpret macro as greed?
Well, I used to attribute it to them being a bad person. But
Excellent.
But with talking to you about the intricacies of cheese, honestly, it comes down to, I think that there are people that like to focus on the little things in life. They like to take a lot of enjoyment out of perfect positioning and perfect execution without having to go into too much depth of the game.
I think that's fair. I don't know if that's why I cheese, but I definitely I think that's an element to why I cheese for sure.
It's also very satisfying whenever you can pull that off.
Yeah.
With like doing so much with so little, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas I play Zerg, and it's really fun to kill people with a lot of stuff.
All the things swarm.
Yeah. I am the swarm. Give me all of your broodlings, and I will hurl them at my enemies.
To answer a question in chat, the printf is actually a coding statement, which is if you were to ask printf why he's called printf, it's to he says it's the best debugging tool within coding. There are other debugging tools, but basically what a print statement does is it looks at the entire code and it prints out what the code says until the code doesn't run. So at some point in the code, if there is a bug, you will stop on the line that the code has an error. And so you will be able to identify the point of, well, error.
And so how would you say that that translates into him wanting to, you know, cannon rush people all of the time?
Sure. I think printf, being a cannon rusher and being cheesy, he looks at it and says, okay, at what point in my cannon rush did I make the one thing that, like, what is the first point of error in my cannon rush? Was my, did I not send out 2 probes? Did I,
Did I forget warp tech? Did I not make a gateway on the other side of the map?
Yes, yes.
Should I have gone Robo instead of Stargate?
Yes, exactly. So it's really looking at those small details, or like, did I miss micro? Did I not build? Did I pick up this item in my warp prism when I should have picked up this item instead? Things like that.
Could I have mineral walked to get out of the absolute drone surround?
Well, you can pretty much always mineral walk. The question is, are there enough drones that the mineral walk would have been irrelevant?
We're still waiting on people then, I suppose?
Yes, I believe we're still waiting for Snap, and
oh my gosh, I just looked at chat. Daunted says, Xeno, quote-unquote, print dactyl. Very apt description, in my honest opinion.
But, like, I've carrier rushed you, too. It's not like I just
yeah. How did those carrier rushes go for you, by the way?
I'm still working on it.
In other words, I absolutely shredded it.
I mean, you lost your entire army, like, on 2 separate occasions, but I was really having issues defending the Ling Run buys, so...
I could identify myself as a Zergling. I tend to think of myself as a Muta, though. I'm not very good at what I do, but when I do it, it's really annoying.
I do think one of the times I was like, where did these... I did not scout properly. Okay. Have I ever cheesed you with something that is not a cannon rush? Lego?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question. I was talking to somebody. Somebody came into my room.
I see. Have I ever cheesed you with something that is not a cannon rush?
Ooh. It depends. As Zerg or when I was playing Protoss?
At any point in time.
Okay, well, there was one time when I was having trouble walling off against the depths as Protoss. I don't know if any of you are aware, but if 2 adepts get into your mineral line via a shade, they can absolutely ruin your day by just one-hitting probes left and right. The way to counter that is to have a wall off at your main ramp, consisting of either a gateway and a cyber core or 2 gateways. And you have a probe sitting on the little gap that'll drop a pylon at the last second to prevent the shades from getting in, because force fields don't work, which is fair. But I digress. So what this guy did is he put a proxy pylon down, didn't worry about doing anything else the entire game. He just consistently warped in 2 adepts at that proxy pylon and would shade in. And he got in every single time. Because I'm very bad, but also because he just was putting a lot of focus on it. I think that was a pretty cheesy way to take that game. Seeing as though I don't even know that he built anything other than adepts.
I built Immortals and charge slots back at home.
Alright.
Which you
Fair
eventually
enough.
walked into, and that was the end of that game. But, let's see. Please think to select NA East. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Just to make sure that we're on East and not something else.
I believe mine should default to that, but... Oh, I'm on Western. Okay, that's weird. East. Alrighty. got that taken care of. Check, check. 1, 2. Everybody on east. Am I correct in assuming that we have one player that's going to be in Europe and one that's going to be on NA then?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Possibly on the western side?
yes, Snap is NA West, and then Pochich is,
Okay.
well, Europe, as we've...
Yeah.
Without
So-
Origins, I think is a French team.
Yeah. So to keep it fair, we're gonna try and meet them in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the ping won't play too big of a part in whether one player wins or loses. It is a little sad that we haven't gotten a whole lot of different matchup variety. A lot of our games have been ZVZ.
Well, it's gonna continue to be ZVZ unless someone kills Pochich.
Yeah, he's looking pretty unstoppable right now. We need gotta get somebody in there to take him out.
Both Snap and Razor are Zerg, so...
Okay. A lot of Zerg representation is still good. Once you find the best, you need to just stick with it. Yes, I am full of salt. Adepts have been a pain in my side since they came out.
I don't even know if I would consider that cheese, though, because, like, Adept openings are, like, so common. Like, it just... I mean, the way I used them were definitely uncommon, in that, like...
No, the first two Adepts are fine. It's the proxy pylon into non-stop double Adept shade
what I
into
was
the main.
originally going to do was actually cheesy, but I screwed up my opening, so I couldn't do it. I was going to do a 3-gate blink all-in, but...
But...
I lost my first pylon, so it's like, oh, well, that's a waste of timing, and my third gateway is late anyway, so I might as well just forget it and play a macro game. And harass.
For those of you unaware, this is how Xeno plays all of his games. Oh, I messed up. I guess I better all in now.
No, I said I messed up my all-in, so I better macro! Don't switch my order of operations!
I am under the the mindset that you pick a build that you're going to do, and then you live or you die by the build that you selected at the opening. You don't want to keep transitioning over and over and over and over back and forth
I
wishy-washy.
generally agree with that, provided that there is a transition. I'm not sure there's a natural transition for a, like, all-in that is missed its timing.
I mean, I think you could you could still go for the all-in, I believe.
Sure.
But do we have the right people in game? Oh, this is a different. Okay, this is. Okay, I understand now. I believe.
Yes. Just different account, different. Wait, what? Oh no, race check.
Is he? Oh, okay. He is. So he is spawning in as Terran. So we're probably have to get a restart here.
Game paused.
Yep.
Oh, would you look at that? He won anyway. Ah,
Okay,
well.
let's try this again.
Is this seriously our first game on Blackpink?
Yeah, once a map is played, you do not play it again until you get to the 8th game.
Oh my. My cat has found his way into my room. Please hold on 1 second while I deal with him.
That's what that meowing is. Okay. Players have readied up. They are...
Okay. Crisis averted. He is no longer in my room.
excellent.
Okay. So, I believe I'm still going to introduce him as Puchich,
Sounds good.
because this name is even harder for me to pronounce.
Armed Benji?
I'm not sure.
Alright, well, spawning in the upper right as the Blue Zerg on a 3-game win streak, it is Pochich.
I see how it is. Yeah, I say I'm going to introduce him, and then you just go ahead and do it. That's fine.
That's where the camera started.
Fair enough. But it looks like we do have some lag. Okay. Yeah, I believe he was just talking about the lag at the beginning there. Alright. I think we're getting back into it right now.
Game resumed.
Okay. And spawning in the bottom left, it is the Red Zerg player representing PsiX Gaming, Snap XD. Alright, so aside from the lag at the beginning, nothing too eventful.
Gonna be a
Uh,
relatively standard opener from both players.
yeah,
Minus the drone scout.
yeah. He does drone scout every game, which is quite interesting.
Oh, more lag.
A little bit more lag here. Oh boy.
I mean, we haven't seen him play where he's facing a Protoss or Terran that he knows he's facing at the start. Like, it's been Zerg
That's
and random.
true.
So it
Yeah.
might just be a thing he does against Zerg and random, not wanting to face an early pool or who knows what.
Yeah. I mean, it is definitely very. Oh, these workers have a bad rally. You don't need to be mining from the natural right now. You need to get those guys on the gas geyser, but. Anyways, yeah, both players, it looks like they're going for the hatch gas pool. Very, very standard. Not really a whole lot to say about it until one player makes a whole bunch of Zerglings.
Pool
Which
is
is-
slightly faster for Snap,
Yeah.
but should not be of any notable consequence.
No, not in this game. Sometimes it can be a big deal. Also, Snap's hatch looks like it finished a couple of seconds before as well.
Maybe just better, actually, I think that's a drone scout! Now that I think about it, I think that's all a result of the fact that,
Yeah, it could be. It could be. It could also be that because he drone scout, oh, really fast third actually. That's a very fast third.
it's, like, ZVP timing.
Yeah. Which, I mean, you can do, and I guess that Vanling nest is okay. It's a little close to that mineral patch for my taste.
Oh my.
Yeah, but this actually used to be the standard, what Snap is doing. And then we have We have Pochich over here going for the super fast roaches
Yeah,
again.
he's gonna skip everything and cut to the roach phase, like he did in which game it was. I'm not recalling exactly, but
Yeah.
he won with it, obviously, as
Yeah.
he has yet to lose a game.
Yeah. Spee is now done for Snap, and he looks like he is going to send those across. Oh, decent chunk of Zerglings gets in to scouts the Roach
Yeah,
Warren. That's pretty
that's
big.
good.
And the Lair.
So he should know exactly what's up.
Yeah.
And
Very good scout all around.
just loses a
And
Ling for his troubles. So
yeah,
totally
very good
worth.
scout. So I think if you are, I think if you're Snap, you want to get a decent amount of Lings on the other side of that map, especially with the Banelings. You'll be able to take out these 4 Lings with the greatest of ease, be able to focus on the drones, and you could just straight up win right here. He does not have a scary amount of roaches coming out, only 3.
He's gonna go for it, and nice surround on the queen.
Oh, the Banelings are heading for the workers.
Nice.
Oh my god! Yeah, I believe this could be straight up GG right here. The amount of Zerglings that are coming across the map, all over the natural, all over the main. This is basically unwinnable for Pochich here.
Yeah.
Drones fighting Lings, that's not what you want. And Snap takes it.
Cleanly executed Ling Flood.
Yeah. Well, it is called the standard build for a reason. It does allow you to do things exactly like that. I believe if you're going for roaches early like that, as far as like Pochich was doing there, you absolutely have to wall off your natural.
Yeah, I think also, did he even build a spine crawler?
No. All he had was the 4 Lings and the queen, I believe, and then the 3 roaches that came out and got surrounded immediately. It was just nothing.
Yeah.
But very well played by Snap, identifying what was going on with the huge scout and then going for the punish. I believe that takes us to 3-3 now.
Yep.
All tied up. Just the way we like it.
It looks like Yaourt next.
Okay. Is that the last remaining member of PsiX that's up? Or I'm sorry, that no, I'm sorry. Never mind. This would be the 3rd member of Without Origins.
It's their 4th player, and they will still have it revive after the fact.
Oh, this is their 4th player?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. Just watching the last few seconds of that game as it unfolds on the stream as we speak. Just, I can't even tell you how many games of mine have looked like that. I was just too greedy, and about 1,000 Lings showed up. That is definitely why you make the Baneling Nest if you're not going to wall.
Yeah.
A couple of well-placed Baneling shots, it would have been all ogre. That's, not entirely sure what we're waiting on now. Are we waiting for an invite?
I think we're waiting for their player to join the party.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're trying to find him because he probably doesn't play on. Oh, Grunts is playing?
Oh, there he is. Oh, okay then.
Okay, maybe Yowart wasn't available for some reason or another.
Mm-hmm.
Grunts. I can talk a little bit about Grunts as well. I'll just wait until
Okay.
things get rolling. I'll start with the fact that he is a Protoss.
Okay.
So,
So we'll be a PBC. I can talk a bit about that matchup as well. When it comes to matchups, what I know little about is the Protoss versus Terran side of things and the Terran versus Terran side of things.
okay.
But as long as there's a Zerg in the game, I got your back.
I think if it turns out to be a TVT, we're both a little bit in the dark.
Oh wow, look at that, guys! They're building Marines! That sounds good, right?
Oh man.
Boy, would you look at that amount of siege tanks? That looks hard to push into, doesn't it? Sure does, man. Okay, so this is the last man standing before the revive for Without Origins. See if Snap can just close it all out, huh?
Maybe.
Only 2 games? We've seen stranger things.
Alright, Neon Violet Square.
Okay. Big map, annoying squares in the middle. That's what I have to say about it.
Given the size of this map, I expect Grunts to play very macro-oriented.
Yeah.
So we should see a standard Stargate opener into Immortal Storm, and then, depending on the game, who knows. But
what'll be interesting for me to see is if the Protoss takes the third north of his natural, or if he decides to play it safe and take the pocket one in the back with the 4 mineral patches.
I anticipate him to save the pocket for his 4th.
Okay. But shall we introduce?
Yeah. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, representing Without Origins, it is Grunts.
And in the top left, the blue Zerg player, representing PsiX Gaming. It is Snap XD, winning last game in the most convincing of fashions.
Snap, I would also consider Snap a generally macro-ish player, but he likes to Ling Flood a lot, as we saw in the last game.
Yeah.
But it's not just like his... It's not just something he does in ZVZ. I've seen him Ling Flood, like, in... I can't remember the last time I saw him play ZVT, but I've seen him do it in ZVP plenty of times, so...
Yeah. And something of note, I don't know if he was doing it on purpose, and now that he's building drones, I'm thinking that it wasn't on purpose. He was banking up larva, so I was thinking maybe he was going to try some early pressure with that spawning pool first. But it looks like the probe comes in and he changes his mind.
Yeah, this is a interesting fast pool. It may just be defensive, but
yeah.
I'm not sure what he's...
There are some Zerg players that just like getting that queen out fast so that they can start their injects, they can start getting into that cycle. Oh, look at that, it's a very fast Roach Warren.
Yeah, okay, so Snap is looking to do some sort of aggression with this. I would like to... Well, I guess it's too late now, but...
Do you think this is going to be a Nidus play?
That's what I was... One of the things I was considering. I was thinking he might have proxy hatch, but he would have sent a drone out like a while
Yeah.
ago. Like there's a couple different proxy hatches, but in any case of proxy hatch, the drone would have
Yeah.
been on the
He
Protoss side of
is
the map by now.
he is hiding some overlords on the outskirts of Grunt's base. Those definitely could be for that Nidus, but if it is a Nidus, the lair is really late.
This is really important. This zealot being here, yes, it was being annoying, but the whole point was to scout these roaches. So now, Grunts has full confirmation of exactly what kind of cheese is coming his way.
Yeah.
Behind this, he's going to complete his wall. He has a Stargate. Nothing's being pumped out of that. He just now starts the Void Ray, which is... it'll be here in time. This map is large.
Yeah. He also has a shield battery going down, which is so important for that defense.
And, Grunt is going to have his work cut out for him. This, oh gosh. This is a little bit painful. The Morphing Ravager blocking the Roach from getting through.
Yeah, I see that.
As it is, he is going to hit now with the 3 Ravagers and try and file down the pylon.
I don't think that that's a good call.
Yeah,
activating the prismatic alignment a little early as well, and not focusing the roaches. The prismatic alignment does not actually benefit you against these Ravagers. It just makes your Void Ray easier to be hit by Bile.
Yeah, I think this is gonna go well for Snap.
Oh, this is a lot of worker deaths down here. Already
yeah.
17, 9, 20. Oh my gosh, this is pretty critical damage. He does need to drop some spores behind this to make sure he doesn't die to the counter, and he does. But this is 30 probes just about.
There's a lot of Lings still running across the map, and they will get in as there's nothing in that wall.
Yeah. I don't actually think this is necessary, though. I think what he should do is maybe get a couple extra queens or drop a third. I don't think there's actually enough for him to kill everything.
Yeah, no, the air supremacy of the Void Ray and whatever else might come out of that Stargate is not worth giving up the map presence and whatnot. But spores are down, so he'll be okay against the Oracle, and a lot more Lings are running across.
How many queens does he have? Just the one?
Yeah, just the one. So the natural is technically exposed.
Yeah, Oracle comes in, snipes a few.
Lings are going to push this front again.
That's a shield battery though, and a couple of stalkers. And he warps in a sentry. There's no way that he's going to bust in with that.
He could munch on these rocks, seeing as that won't be recharged. But there is a Void Ray out, so it's not exactly.
Yeah, just having really something flying around like that, he is building a Hydra Den, and that will definitely give him the tech advantage that he needs. Our Protoss has 7 probes, just going up to 8 now, and he's gonna lose
his Oracle. That's really painful. Like, that was his one harass and scout tool that he needed in order to identify anything else coming from the Zerg. As it is, he doesn't even... well, actually, I think he did see the... Let me just double check.
The Zerg is going to need to grab his additional gases in order to produce these Hydras, by the way.
He saw the Hydralis Den, so at least he knows everything that Zerg currently has on the table.
What is he going to do about it, though? Because he still only has 13 probes.
Yeah, I mean...
He has nothing!
As they say, knowing is half the battle, right?
Yeah, I suppose, but I know that I'm going to get overrun by a bunch of Zerg things. But I have no workers. And on the other side of the map, our Zerg is just powering up, really. Has his additional gases down now. He's up to 4 of those, has his 3rd hatch, has a queen started for that as well.
Yeah, he's started a Twilight Council, and I think what he wants to do...
This Void Ray could actually kill those 2 Hydras. Or, I mean, it would have if he had started killing them earlier. Instead of trying to kill overlords.
Well then.
This is just getting worse and worse for our Protoss player here.
Yeah. Groove Spines is underway. I think he already has muscular augments.
Yeah, he got augments first, and
Okay.
still just powering up.
He's gonna move across the map very quickly with these
You know,
Hydras, and I don't see what. I mean, Grunts
he's
is gonna
researching.
have glaives
Yeah.
soon-ish.
Which
but,
resonating glaive adepts are good against low numbers of Hydras, but I mean, there's already 7 Hydras here. Like, and there's how many adepts? 2, 3?
4. Still not enough.
Oh, of course there's 4 because I said 2 or 3.
Yeah, pretty much.
And he has high ground vision with this overseer. He's just gonna focus down
Oh, good
a
force
good
field.
force fields, but
Yeah, that's
okay,
gonna buy
he
him
shaves
some
up one
time.
Hydra, but does he have? I don't think he has energy for another one. Oh, he warps in another sentry. Couple of okay force fields again, but the Zerg is still just rallying units across the map.
He just.
Or I believe he. Or
Okay,
is he?
That's game. He just lost his sentries.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the shield battery's gonna run out of energy. These Hydras are just going to wreck it. Well,
Okay. Snap has
I
decided to be
don't-
merciful.
I don't think that pullback was necessary.
Yeah, the shield
I
battery
think
was out
those
of
Hydras
energy.
would have taken that.
Yeah, he just had too much respect for the shield battery.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you're in a position like this, playing this way, getting your upgrade structures, getting your Baneling Nest, taking your 4th, all of that will get you even further ahead.
yeah, shades are
But at the same time,
derping, but
at the same time, our Protoss that had 13 probes is now up to 42.
yeah, he may. In
I
fact,
don't think
go
he's
for
going to rebound.
that. Yeah,
but
he's
he's
gonna take
doing
the pocket
quite well.
instead since he's behind. You know, it's like
Yeah,
no need to be.
that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna add on Storm as soon as he can, just because he'll be up in that gas.
He is getting a Robo. I'm not sure if he's thinking he's going to get a Warp Prism and try and, like, harass his way back into this game. A couple of Adepts get in, but they don't get anything done. They just see the massive amount of Hydras and Lings that are out now. Baneling speed +1/+1 for the Banes and Lings is on the way as well. Like, this could very well be a death push.
Yeah, I don't see what Grunts is supposed to do in this situation. There's just not. He just doesn't have the tools because of how this game started.
Yeah. He lost way too many probes in the early game. I believe it was 30.
Yeah, something horrendous
Yeah,
like
exactly 30. And he's getting a Templar Archives, which does warp in very quickly, and he will be able to get Archons, but I don't even think that'll be enough. Look at these Banelings. So many of them, with Baneling speed and +1/+1 almost about to finish. Contaminates one of the gateways, that's funny.
I feel like that's a wasted contaminate because that he was already focusing that gateway
Oh
down.
my
so
gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
These Banelings just wreck everything, and that's GG. Wow. Well played, Snap. Just gets himself into the best position you could possibly have as a Zerg player.
Yeah, cleanly executed cheese and macros very well out of it.
Yeah. And that brings us to 4-3, so they have one revive. I wonder who they might revive. Alright, looks like Xeno's gonna go to the restroom really quick, so I guess it's just me now. Talking to myself. Trying to come up with things to say. What up, guys in chat? Oh wow, Razor, was there only one probe left at one point? I don't think that's true, was it? I'm pretty sure he had more than that. He did lose a lot. He lost 30, which is detrimental to any Protoss, but I'm pretty sure he had more than one left. Because there's no way he would have had 13 whenever we looked after the fight was done if he only had one left at that point. Even with Chrono Boost.
I missed whatever you were saying.
Well, I was looking at Chad, and Razor was saying that there was only one probe left. I was pretty sure that that's inaccurate because he had 13 whenever I looked after the fighting was all done.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, he regardless of how many probes he had left, he was in a very bad spot.
Yeah, he lost too many probes, regardless of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whether Snap had that planned or not, he hit right before Archons could have even morphed, which was pretty crazy.
Hmm.
Are they resurrecting Grunts then?
Looks like it. In terms of MMR, Grunts is their best player that's played today.
Well, what do you think? Do you think he's gonna let the Zerglings and Roaches kill 30 of his probes again?
I don't think Snap is gonna do the same thing. But,
Hopefully not. I'd like to see a longer macro game.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about Acid Plant. But,
Acid Plant, for me, has always been a pretty good macro map.
well, that's because you play Zerg.
Yeah, but, I mean, even as Protoss, I think Acid Plant is pretty good. There are a lot of choke points that lead